Decisions. It can be tough deciding on subject choices and electives, whether it's for optional subjects in year 8 and 9 or deciding on those final year 12 subjects. So this week, I just want to share a light-hearted way to help your teen do this when it comes to choosing option A or option B, because I see some students just tying themselves in knots about this, and I think there's sometimes a little bit too much pressure on this decision when students are feeling like they're having to decide their life's future at the age of like 14 or something. But with all the pathways available these days and the fact that it's actually a minority of people who start in and stay in the same career their whole working lives these days, then it really doesn't need to be, I believe, quite so stressful. I didn't start out as a teacher straight out of uni. I worked in environmental monitoring and then in conservation before deciding to become a high school teacher, for example. And I'm glad that I had experience in other industries and jobs before going back into that school environment. So here's one of my fave ways to break a decision tie, like a tiebreaker, whether it's me choosing between the lemon cheesecake or the sticky date pudding on the dessert menu. Very important decision. Or at the other end of the scale, I've even had a friend do this to name one of their newborn children. It's to have someone I like, love, or respect to pretend to pick for me. And when they make that decision, that choice, if I'm excited by the option that they pick or the decision they make, I know it's the right one. If I'm disappointed or I kind of feel my stomach tighten up, I know it's not. Have you ever had that? Have you had someone explain after you've explained a dilemma, they give you their opinion or what they think, and then you go, yeah, actually, I think the other one. We kind of trick our brains by having the pressure taken off us and the decision made for us. And you can get the same effect by flipping a coin. Your teen could have choice A as heads and choice B as tails. The point is, if your teen wants to give this a go, whatever system they try, they need to take note of their gut reaction and their immediate feelings and then trust them. It's so easy to feel confused or unsure, and I'm certainly guilty of overthinking things, but in many cases, we do deep down know, even if we have to give the truth a particular way to show itself to us. So if your teen's in an electives or options pickle, have them give this a try, and if they still feel like they really don't know, and I get that, just remind them that number one, they can change their mind. Usually any time within the first term of a subject is totally doable. And number two, they're likely going to change direction or career at some point in the future anyway. So just don't have them put too much pressure on themselves to make that right decision. I'm Katie Price, Grade Transformation expert, and if you found this useful or you know anyone else who might just want to give it a try, then share this video, like it or give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Any reaction is always useful to me, and until next week, let's make this a fantastic week.